3, 2, 1. Cool. Oh man,
It's been a while.
Where we been?
fuck. The different continents.
Yep, different state.
states.
Yep.
I love going to the different continent of Canada.
Continent.
You went to Canada.
Yeah.
Different. Oh, you went to Canada. I thought you went to. For some reason, I thought you went to upstate New York.
I did go through upstate New York. The boonies.
Because
as
of
they say.
Niagara Falls.
Did you go through Rome, New York?
No.
Dave Huckle works there.
That's cool. But no.
Oh my god.
I wanted to go through Rochester, but the people I was going with, neither of them like American barbecue particularly much. So we
Is that
we
the only
didn't
thing
end
that
up
was
going.
in Rochester?
Well, yeah, that my partner
American
wanted.
barbecue is
recommended
famous
that
for
I
Rochester. Is it like Rochester's famous for American barbecue?
I mean, basically, American barbecue is just like, I think the claim to fame of any, but Passover steak kind of energy, you know?
Yeah.
It really is. It's like I feel like any Midwest is like I was like, oh, like, how's the food? It's like, it's always, you got to try the
Oh
barbecue.
yeah, the
I'm like,
barbecue's great.
I mean, I'm sure you're right. And
why is it like this? Why do the Americans only have barbecue?
What the fuck else are you gonna do in fucking North Dakota?
Kill buffalo?
And then
Right.
do what with them?
right. I actually did have buffalo for the first time, but in Canada.
Nice.
Also in Canada.
In
Also
Canada.
had a horse.
You had a horse.
Horse
Yeah.
tastes pretty good.
I did not like it very much.
Oh,
But
I haven't tried horse.
Not a fan of the gaminess.
No, I think the gaminess is all right. I think it was just a bit dry. Perhaps it was just how it was prepared, but I had horse and buffalo in the same meal, like side by side. And perhaps that's like a bias, but the buffalo was, oh my god, it was godly. Holy shit.
Nice.
All right, how about we start with a funny thing that happened to you recently, and then a funny thing that happened to you over the course of the month that is notable. I pissed myself,
Strong opener.
and and then while we were gone, I got to experience Texan culture.
Funny thing that happened to me recently.
Yes.
I spilled coffee all the fuck over my kitchen.
actually
No,
really
Wait,
bad.
how does
not
that-
liquid coffee. Coffee grounds.
Oh god.
Yeah.
How?
Uh,
Is there just a hole in the bag or something? Or?
So I have one of these, like Mr. Coffee grinders, right?
Mm.
So you buy the whole beans and you grind it yourself.
Oh, okay.
Because
I see where this is going.
you like to be bougie, right? You're like, oh, I grind my own coffee. You know, it's great. So I pour the coffee beans into the grinder, right? And what I need to do is, like, with the amount of beans I put into the grinder at one time, I kind of have to like shake it a little bit to make sure that, you know, all the beans get ground because the grinder's at the bottom. Pardon me. So I go for a shake, right? And my finger's not on the lid at all. So I lift it up, and all the grounds just.
That's so good.
How about you?
Wait, you haven't done your
Oh, yeah.
travels yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I got
I
to
actually-
experience Germans.
Yeah, I
They're so-
feel like
that's
Texan
tough.
culture is the more boring part, but what I actually experienced was I beat a wasp to death
Oh, that's
in an
great.
office
Yeah, that was fantastic.
while a German man was freaking the fuck
yeah,
out.
he was having a bad time.
That's tough.
Yeah, what about you?
Okay. Funny thing recently. Funny thing is, I experienced my first vehicular damage today. But it was it's only funny because I got to the bottom of it, and also I was not in the vehicle, so that helps quite a bit.
Yeah.
Of course.
So imagine street parking, if you will. This is this very mundane concept, and but
This is
basically,
LA street parking.
Yes,
so
I am-
immediately It's no longer.
I'm just
mundane.
parked on the street.
Yeah.
Okay, and basically, by the luck of the gods or something, my neighbor was like randomly, someone living in an apartment building across the street from me was just looking out the window and saw the gigantic fucking truck just like crashed into the back end of my car. So that was fun.
Horrible.
And the taillight basically got destroyed on the driver's side, and then he took a bunch of photos He got the license plate number. We couldn't tell what state it was from because the resolution was so damn low. But we got the numbers. So anyway, but the photos were really funny because like in a series, there's a guy who hops out of the passenger side of the front of the truck. He looks and he like sort of, well, I only have like 4 photos, right? I don't have video of this. And it's just him walking to like getting out of the truck, looking at the back of the car, and him going like this. And then like putting his arms back down, and then like slideshow that back into the car, and immediately frame one into the car, the van or the truck driving the fuck away. So yeah, this guy is pretty goated, pretty sick. Yeah. Funny thing during this trip. Well, I really badly wanted to talk about my airport woes, so I will. I'll use this funny platform for that. It's not that funny, guys. It's okay.
Well, we actually have an airport woe story too.
Hell yeah, brother. So if there's any takeaway from the story here is fuck Delta, fuck the airport, fuck everybody.
True.
Okay, so now that that's gone, basically I planned my flight back in March to go from LA to Texas to New Jersey to go see my friend, combo it right after the conference that we went to, and then back to LA. Okay, and it was all direct flights. And then little do I know, sometime in May, there was like some random Delta email that it's on me, I should have known. But they changed it from a direct flight to and from New Jersey to connecting flights. So they added a midpoint between them. I did not know that could happen. I know shifting of times like during the day is probably a thing, but they added Atlanta on both paths.
They've duct taped passengers to seats before. This is the least damaging thing they can do.
That's what it fucking felt like. So Texas to, but it was actually key that I've been to this Atlanta airport twice, right? Because if I had only been there one time, I would not be here with us today. So.
Oh wow! You wouldn't have made it back.
Yes, that's correct. So basically, Texas to Atlanta, and both of these connecting flights, they only gave me 40 minutes worth of time to get to the other place. So Atlanta airport is fucking huge. Ooh. Okay. Initially I was like, oh, that's not a lot of time. So it's like, oh, I guess there's like not really a layover. That's like kind of good, sort of. No. So Texas to Atlanta on time, we land, and basically I was like slowly piling out of the airport. And I, had to figure out what the layout was. And there's like multiple of these concourses and stuff. And you have to like tram. You don't have to, but you can tram from concourse to concourse. And like just practicing knowing the layout, little did I know that was a really important detail. So I was kind of sort of panicking because I didn't know where the fuck I was basically. But I ended up getting on my flight with like at least 10, 20 minutes to spare. Nice. And we're fine. All right.
That's good.
So the way back from New Jersey to LA was the real hellhole.
New York.
Yes, that's right. That's my favorite city. Jersey Shore and whatnot. Anyway, so New Jersey to Atlanta was absolutely nuts. So I get on the flight.
New Jersey, I just imagine you on the beach. And it's just, where's Will? And you just turn on the television.
Yeah. I'll be under the pier. Don't ask.
Pier gremlin.
Right. So New Jersey to Atlanta. The flight is like supposed to be leaving on time, and then it gets delayed by like 10. Like, okay, that's kind of weird, but whatever. We all pile onto the plane. It's like, okay, this is kind of a close call because it's again 40 minutes, and then now slowly cutting down every time we do this. And then we're like, taxiing for a while, and then we don't actually take off until like 30 minutes after. And so I'm like, oh my God, this is like so close. And I'm like stressing out, but like the captain was like, don't worry guys, like we left late, but we'll still get there like only maybe 10 minutes later than like expected. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. So I'm like doing my thing. I'm like watching I watched Holes for the first time.
Nice.
That was absolutely insane.
Fantastic.
Great
film.
movie.
I still haven't watched it.
It's a Disney film for some reason. Anyway,
Yes.
not
Is
the
it
point.
Disney?
Yeah. Not the
With
point here.
Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah,
That's correct.
that's right. Anyway, so we're like pulling up, and we're descending, and I'm looking at the time. I'm like, guys, this is like what you, Captain Sir. That the thing you said was absolutely not true. We're still like delayed as fuck. And basically we land, and I'm like actually panicking because there's like only 10 minutes for like the boarding time. Basically, I'm trying to paddle the fuck off the plane, and so as we land, and you know how like you are really fast at first, and then like you slow the fuck down, and you slowly roll up to like your exit or whatnot. And I did something like kind of brash. I was like, I'm panicking. I'm gonna fucking like not be able to make this flight. I'm gonna be stuck here. I don't want to be stuck in fucking Atlanta.
Nobody wants to be stuck in Atlanta.
Right. And so I like before the plane fully comes
People can live in it, and people like living in it. I'm talking about stuck.
Yeah.
in the airport. Anyway. So for the
Heard it
first
here
time,
first. Patrick hates Georgia Atlanta.
I've never been. I can't hate it.
Anyway, for the first time, I like my stress level broke like the social contract, which was basically like, you know, you are fully expected to not leave your seat and unbuckle until the plane fully comes to a stop. But I was like, nah, you guys are not gonna fucking wait for me. So I unbuckle, and it's like really slow right now. And I like grab my things, and I'm walking. I'm like seat 30 something. I'm walking my way up, and like everyone's looking at me because I'm a fucking weirdo in this moment.
Oh yeah,
that's fine. I'm gonna fucking miss my flight. Like I'm actually
you have
panicking.
to go.
Yep.
I'm going, and then like I walk up, and like one of the stewards in the front, he was like, yo, sit the fuck down. It's dangerous. I'm like, you don't understand. And then like he just keeps like shouting, sit the fuck down at me, which is fair. Like that's his job. You know, he doesn't really give a fuck. If I make my flight, he's just worried if there's something like that happens to me, then like the crew is liable.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I don't not like get it, but it was extremely frustrating because I don't even get my point across. Fine. I walk all the way back. As I'm about to sit down, sure enough, we get to the exact gate, and the seatbelt sign all comes off.
Yep, and every human.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people saw that I was stressed out, and like they're just letting me pass right through.
Yeah.
And then I hit a wall. This big guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "Hey man, like I'm also trying to catch a connecting flight." I'm like, "Oh okay." He's like, "Other people are trying to like get off this plane too. Like you're not like the only one." I'm like, okay, cool. And he was like, oh, I was like, you know, I was just...
It's like, sick, let's walk together.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
just
then
trying to make
let's,
some
like, get
conversation.
up
But
there
he, like,
together.
you know, he basically put... Sorry. Yeah, he basically got in the way of my plan. But I was like, just trying to make conversation. Like, oh, where are you going? He's like, oh, I'm going to LA. I'm like, oh, same. Okay, cool. I'm like, I don't...
Does he sit next to you on the flight?
Even better. So,
Oh, boy.
and like there's this nice dude on the side who's like, don't worry, like they always know like these like delays happen. There's so many of you guys that are catching this flight from Atlanta. They'll surely wait for you guys. Like, don't worry. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I overreacted. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, okay, everyone's telling me that like they'll know these things, and like it's like I'm like, oh fuck, I look like such an idiot. I overreacted, whatever. I get off the plane, I'm like slow. I'm like picking up speed as I'm getting off the little bridge thing, and then the moment I make it out, I'm fucking like blasting. So I just start running. No, real. I'm blasting it down because like, okay, I'm in Terminal T. I have to make it to Terminal B. Okay, it's not as far as alphabet. It's not as, you know. It doesn't actually have like the full alphabet width of stops. Okay. I just have to go T and then A and then B. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then also there's a tram. Don't worry, there's a tram. So I go down now that I know the infrastructure, I'm like, oh, okay, I've done this. I go down the terminal. I'm like, okay, there's a train here. I go down, and the only way to go down is the slow ass escalator. There's no stairs, and like. Sure enough, as I get off the escalator, I'm huffing and puffing. I'm recovering from dashing there. I'm like, oh, okay, the train that was here it just pulled away. I'm like, okay, so the next train's coming in 2-3 minutes. I don't fucking have time. I pick up my suitcase and I'm like, continue fucking run. Yeah.
Get on the tracks. You're like, this is the fastest way there.
It was actually, I mean, I was like, okay, well, I was thinking about it, right? Because like they do have a walkway, and they do also have the little conveyor belt things at their airports that are like,
Yeah.
like all fucking flat. I was like, oh man, this is actually some Mario Kart shit. Like step on the booster thing, and like I can like shave off a couple seconds off my like
Do you
time
know
trials.
run for aerodynamics?
Yeah. Exactly,
Hell
exactly.
yeah.
And so I'm booking it. I'm huffing, I'm puffing, I'm sweating, and there's people who like don't like want to move, and I'm okay, whatever. Like there's like a wall of people on one of these boosters. I'm like I'm not like this is bait. Like I played around it. So I'm like
Yeah.
I'm bobbing and weaving. I get to terminal B, and then like okay, pause because the only way to get up is an escalator once again. So I'm slowly going up. I'm still sweaty as fuck, and I'm blasting it down B because first of all I'm at B2. Okay,
You really are playing Counter-Strike.
I'm at
you gotta
B2.
rush B.
I'm rushing B as fuck because also I'm like, okay, guys, don't worry. I'm at B2. B2 doesn't sound that far from this point. Oh, what's that? So per terminal, there's like 32 gates.
Yep.
Sensibly, then also the point in which all terminals connect is at the center. So I actually land at B17, and I'm like, okay, bet. And I'm fucking blasting it down B17 to B2. I'm like running past it. There's a guy who's like pretty sarcastic at me. He's like, "Oh, dude, you can make it. I'm like, I don't have time to like explain my situation to you.
Why-
So I'm
why
just
do-
gonna say thank you and
Why
move on.
do airports bring out the worst of humanity?
I don't understand.
Everybody is a fucking gremlin.
Because like I have no time to explain to
Exactly.
everyone I'm running past that like it's not my fault, guys. Like I have no air left to breathe, guys. Anyway, so I'm fucking blasting it down. I make it to B2. There's a guy up ahead. He's like, "Oh, get on. There's like still a couple of minutes left." I'm like, "Thank God." I'm like huffing and puffing, and I like tell the person who's like responsible at the gate, I'm like, oh, I was part of the Atlanta flight and or like flight from New Jersey to here, and like we got hella delayed. There's other people on the flight as well. And like, oh yeah, we know. I'm like, okay, fine. I did my part. I like, well, I told them, and I like, I wheel myself in and I sit down and I'm just like fucking cooking in my own sweat. I'm like, maybe this was all super dumb and people are just gonna pile in, and like. After me, only one other person makes it onto the plane, and I'm checking my time. Okay, it's like 8:23, 8:25 is the exact takeoff time. I'm like, oh, I don't see the big guy here. Like this by big guy, I mean the dude is like fucking built, and also like so I was also a little bit more intimidating to try to put it. Anyway, and so like I'm sweating, and then like I see the guy who's out front initially, like pen and paper in hand, like taking note of like everyone who's here, and then he goes back out. 8:24. I don't see the guy. I'm like, I'm just like, okay, well,
TikTok, bitch.
it is what it is. And then, sure enough, exactly 8:25 rolls around. Doors close instantly. They don't give a fuck,
No,
guys.
no.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Plain
Nice.
seal.
Door closes exactly on time. The most on time I've ever seen people be in this situation of all situations. And we're moving. And sure enough, I don't see the guy who's like, we're going to make it. Like, don't you fucking panic. So the key lesson here is panicking is always the solution.
Yeah.
And that's a takeaway I want to give us all.
So I had almost this exact same thing happen, but somehow in a more like stupidly higher stakes situation, not because of anybody's fault except the Swedish. I'm coming for you, you fucks. So we land late in Ireland because planes. I have to get to the plane because that's the flight to Heathrow. You do not make this. I am not making it back to the United States on time.
We'll just take it back.
Yeah, so I land, and then they're like, we were delayed. We're so sorry. We know some of you are traveling to England. We're landing here, and this gate supposedly is closed. You have to go up the escalators. So I land with Nat. Nat is not like you and me, where I was gonna do the exact same shit you did. And I'm like, I grab my things and I start fucking marching. And like, no, she's like, no, you gotta have social decorum. So we get everything off,
Boo.
and then we get to the spot, and it's just like. There was construction, everything. Eventually, we get to where we need to go. We go up a set of escalators, and I'm like, England is not part of the EU. They're not part of Schengen. They're going to want to do customs. And that's like, no, that'd be crazy. And then we like looked it up, and it's just like, yeah, most of the time people don't really care. Like if it's a transit flight, it's pretty. Most of the time they just don't care. They'll waive it. No, we go up those escalators, and I just see a fucking line, and I'm like. Oh, and flight like leaves in 5 minutes. I'm like, oh. So I'm like, I'm sorry, Nat. I know you. I'm like, I'm just gonna walk up to those people. I'm just gonna walk up to the fucking officer. And they gave me so much shit, and I basically said verbatim, I'm sorry, but I don't control when the plane lands. Please check my passport. And these goddamn Swedes were so mad. And then eventually, like, I did it, and then all of the Americans were like, yeah, fuck it. So all of us just moved out of the line, and all just ran towards me. It's like 3 or 4 other people were just like, me too, me too, me too. And we all got through.
Classic Americans.
Yeah, and they basically said the same thing. They're like, "You're not the only ones with connecting flights." And I'm just like, "Well, we're the ones that we need to get there." And eventually, we got there. And not only that, we heard our names, like the 4 people. We heard our names get announced over the intercom that they're like, "We're closing the gate soon." It was fucking awful. I hate those.
I hate those too.
But I will get to the piss story, audience, I swear. But I have a story that involves all 3 of us, because there's 3 timelines here, and I think only Patrick knows my timeline, but you've never heard this. You know how we were all leaving Dallas Fort Worth at the same time, basically? Like
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
So I want to hear your 2. So you know how you woke up early,
Yeah.
and you went to get lunch with breakfast with him.
Yeah.
So audience, let me fill you in. The day before this was the Daymop party. And I was very drunk and very high during the Daymop party, and I hung out with the
Damn,
with some
guys,
people
he's like
close.
cool.
I'm so cool. Yeah, fuck yeah. No, I was just very drunk and very high. But I woke up and I was like, I felt hungover, but like not really hungover. I just felt gross. So you were like, oh, I'm gonna get breakfast with Patrick. I'm like, that sounds like the worst thing known to mankind for me right now.
You can just say no.
I did say no. I said no to you, but that's what I said in my head. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be mean. I was like, no, you should go. I'll figure it out. And then you left. I somehow packed everything. I took a shower, and then I got everything ready to go, and I left. But I felt like I did not feel hungover. I literally felt like I was still drunk and high. I was like, this feels fucked up. I don't know what's going on. So we get into the car. I drive to the airport, and I arrive at Dallas Fort Worth Terminal 2, or like the bus stations where they all go. And I get to Terminal 2 where I needed to fly out from. It was the hottest building I have ever been in. Right? You can corroborate this.
Yeah.
It was so fucking hot that even the computers were slowing down in the room, and they were like, we're sorry, the air conditioning is broken. And I'm like, it was fucking blistering. And there was one guy who managed the entire line to like check your passport. So there was so many fucking people.
Isn't that a
big airport? Yes.
big airport?
Big airport.
How the fuck did they? Okay.
It was so hot, and now I'm like, I feel disgusting. I'm dehydrating rapidly. I am not having a good time. And eventually, like I'm just standing there for a long time, and you guys were getting breakfast at the time, and then Patrick was like, I'm not even driving towards the airport yet, and I was like, I don't know if you're gonna make it through this line. I don't know what you're gonna fucking do. But eventually, like the line takes forever to get through. I get to the front. I get through, and then I go find my gate, and I'm feeling like I'm fucking dying. I was like, this is disgusting. So I sit down. I was like, I feel like hungover. I feel gross. And then one of our friends, she arrives, and she like flags me down. She sits next to me. She's like, oh, how are you doing? And I was like, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like hammered shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And she then goes, yeah, I'm still drunk and high too, because we smoked together. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. Thank you, God. Someone came and has verified what's happening to my bar. Yeah, so I was just fucked up. And eventually Patrick arrives. I genuinely thought he was not going to make it. Because
Totally fine.
It took don't totally fine, because you arrived
Totally
and
fine.
we boarded like 5 minutes later.
Is the perfect airport experience.
Sure. Sure. I got shake. Oh. Are you stop playing with the wires?
Oh my god!
No,
you gotta give me.
No, it's. So he is fucking annoying, and here's your fidget toy. Take it. There you go.
Papa, thank you, Papa.
no wire touching. So my friend arrives and she's like, yes, we're both. She also was like, I just had this nice feeling of like at least being validated in the pain that I was feeling. And he arrives 5 minutes late, like 5 minutes before boarding, and we get on the flight. And I'm in the flight, and we wanted to sit next to each other. It didn't work out. It's fine. And then this, this is the first flight, and I felt like I was dying.
This is the flight from Fort Worth to Chicago.
To Chicago, yes. I was dozing in and out of consciousness while still being drunk, high, and hungover. And I don't remember most of the flight except randomly waking up in the middle, like, oh my god, where am I? And then fucking going away into the ether again.
Yes, I do want the biscuits.
Yeah. And then we land in Chicago, and I had like a box of Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets left in my bag, and then I crushed those.
You
and
mean
then
the ones you got like wait, how many hours ago was that?
it was like 3. It's like
Oh,
3 hours.
okay.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
Not that bad. I crushed those. Barely still like fucking a human being. We land in Chicago. We walk across the Chicago airport O'Hare, and we eventually get to where Lufthansa is.
Mm-hmm.
We randomly run into another scientist.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get on the flight, and then there, again, we couldn't get to sit next to each other, which was sad,
Big
but
sad.
it happened. And then these two kids come up to me and they asked to switch seats because like they just couldn't get their siblings and they couldn't sit next to each other. And I was like, yeah, of course. So I go literally to like the last fucking row on this airplane, and I sit down next to a man who smelled like cheese.
Oh, nice.
Like just aggressively like cheese. And then the other guy next to me was like a dad, and he was watching movies, but for some reason every time I looked over at his screen, his movie was at a sex scene. Like it did not matter what time I looked over. He watched Oppenheimer, I look over, I just see tits. I'm like sick. And then he watched like he watched like 2 other movies, and literally every time I look over, I'm like sex scene. I was like, are you skipping over and just read? There's no way that this is this consistent.
Consider this. Perhaps tits are the only thing you remember.
No. This is not hungover. Hi, Hassan. This is. I'm here to party. No, I was just.
So there was
fucking
nothing wrong with
tired.
what I said then.
And then eventually we land in Germany, and I'll just cap off the story with: we land in Germany, we try to find a place to eat. The only thing that was open was a beer garden, and we immediately had alcohol again while I was still hungover.
Yeah.
It was a great fucking time. 10 out of 10 would do again.
Yep.
That sounds terrible.
But yeah, it was fucking intense.
Yeah, after being awake for like 20 hours, 20 plus hours or something like that. It was bad.
Yeah, we were so delirious that they were sleeping under the crest. So we were at the place called King Ludwig Hotel, and they were
second.
sleeping the second. Yes, they were sleeping under the crest of the family. And Thomas then asked me like, "Oh, do you have anything in your room from like the family?" And I was like, I was so delirious. I was like, "No." And we afterwards were like, "Oh, well, I'll go to my room and we'll play Mario Kart together." So we go to my room, and there is
Because in Germany, it's fucking 1 p.m.
Yes.
We have 8 hours to go.
Yes.
Before we can go to sleep.
So we buy like gummy bears and shit, and we go to my room, and there is a giant photo of King Ludwig himself that was above me the whole time, and I was like, "Whoa!" Delirium. He also ate the nastiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
God, yeah, it's so gross. So
Well, now I
at the
have
beer
to know.
garden, everything's in fucking German, right? And like, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm
American
fucking-
goes
I'm a
outside.
fucking
Also,
red-blooded
it's
American,
fucking
alright?
Bavarian German, so like I can help, but I can. It depends.
Love
Yeah.
the Bavarians. They're great.
Yeah, exactly. So
Said no one ever. Well, one man did. He loved that city.
Yes, one man loved it. Yes. However,
You infer what we're
anyway,
talking
anyway,
Hitler loved
we're
Munich.
just
Oh,
going.
awesome.
We could have just gone right on. Guy brings up H dog.
H dog. Oh, I see. H dog in your circles. Gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm looking at the menu, right? And I'm like, Hassan, what is any of this shit? Like, I'm just lost. I'm so lost, right?
Just
And-
order something for him.
No, I was translating for him.
Yeah. And I finally, like, he translates this one thing. I was like, yeah, okay, it sounds like a fucking sausage thing with some potatoes. I'm like, whatever. All right. Yeah, it seems completely neutral. No problem whatsoever, right? So I order that. And what comes to me is probably the best way I could describe this, right? So if you ever cut a raw hot dog in half,
Oh God.
right? And you like know what the cross section looks like.
Yeah.
It's like emulsified. There's nothing resembling meat going on.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
just grainy, but like pink, that color.
Yeah.
Familiar?
Yeah.
It's just that color, except the cross section's like a slice of bread.
Oh.
It was indeed cut
It's-
like a slice of bread.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was like a meatloaf, but made of hot dog meat.
What?
Yeah.
with an egg on it.
With an egg on it, yeah.
What kind of?
It's German
Yeah.
food. The best food in Germany is Turkish food.
It is. Absolutely hands down. Oh my god, my life
and
changed.
Vietnamese food. Unfortunately, we didn't go to Vietnamese food. Dude, Europe is fucked.
That sounds
they
fucking terrible.
Close everything so early.
Yeah, and they don't have fucking water anywhere you goddamn go. You
So,
can't get
also-
a fucking drop of water
Also,
on the whole continent.
whenever you're in Europe, you can drink water from the tap. And the
It's
two
fucking
places
bullshit.
we went
It's fucking
to,
bullshit.
you were not supposed to drink water from the tap.
Oh, why?
Indeed, for reasons. Indeed, there was like when we were at the King Ludwig Hotel, I was just like sick. I'm gonna go get water. So we're at the King Ludwig Hotel, and like it fucking hates the idea of using water. So we were like, I drank water from the tap. I drank water from the tap, and then I sit down, and they had like a water bottle there, and I never questioned it because I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking open this shit. You know, I'm like, I'm not gonna touch your mini bar. I'm not paying for any of this shit. So I look at the water bottle, and I pick it up, and it says in English, "Sorry for the inconvenience. We're doing tests on our pipes. Do not drink water from the tap. Here is complimentary water." And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? The water, and then we go to the Airbnb, and I'm drinking water from the tap, like everybody fucking does. And then this guy failed to read the chat message that was sent to him that said,
sent to me and to you.
"Was it sent to me?"
Yes, you
Was in
remember of
the-
the trip from the very beginning.
I don't remember
Yep.
this.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Yep.
I can't.
Yeah, get fucked.
The phone's
It
over
happened.
The evidence is
History-
over there.
history-
It's inside you, viewer.
there. I will. I will. Damn it. I will check, and then I will put the answer right here if this is true or false.
It's absolutely
And
fucking
I will not lie.
fucking true.
Anyway,
I'm just gonna put Subway Surfers up there. It is what it is.
Oh my god. But yeah, they were just like, you should not drink.
Yeah, so we can't fucking drink the water at any of these places.
Right.
It's
so fucking bad.
horrific. Yes.
Wait, so was it also like random pipe checks or whatever?
Like,
the
I don't think he
Airbnb?
didn't
said.
say,
He
but
just
the
said,
building
don't do
was
it.
old as fuck.
Oh,
so-
okay.
Yeah, Munich is weird. Like, it's very densely populated,
Mhm.
which is surprising.
Yeah.
Because, like, don't get me wrong, like, most German cities are pretty densely populated, but Munich was really densely populated, I feel.
Yeah.
Beautiful place. They had a really nice English garden.
Oh, yeah.
They had some pretty cool museums. We went to, like, the National Museum there, and then we also went to the Nazi Documentation Center, where
Mhm.
they go through, like, literally every step from like how you know, Hitler and the others the nationalists effectively like developed fascism in Germany all the way down to like how he did the brown shirt revolution. It was really cool. It was really, really interesting.
Damn.
It was a good museum. Then what else did we do?
Lots of train riding.
A lot of train riding. We went to Salzburg.
Oh, public transit.
Yeah, it was so sick.
It's pretty crazy.
It almost made up for the fact they don't have any goddamn water in the whole.
Wait,
So,
so did you guys
okay,
just drink
this
bottled the
is-
whole fucking time?
Basically, yeah.
yeah, but like
That's
Patrick
tough.
consumes so much water.
Yeah, but drinking water is good for you.
It is good for you. That's what I keep telling him.
I don't. I guess I don't. I just don't drink that much water.
You're just dehydrated.
I'm. I drink water when I drink when I'm thirsty.
God, why does my head hurt all the time?
I don't. My head doesn't hurt.
No, yeah, that's right.
That's the thing. Like I don't understand the incessant need for constant water.
It's good, just good for you. It's good for you. Water's awesome. It feels good. It's great.
Yeah, I just drink water when I'm thirsty. If I'm not thirsty, I don't drink.
Yeah, I think I also operate like that most of the time, to be honest. But I know that I am dehydrated as fuck when I operate only when I am thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, it's tough.
No, I will drink if I get like pretty thirsty. I'll go get something to drink. Don't get me wrong. I'm not acting like I don't get dehydrated. That's not what I'm saying. But like, generally speaking,
Hydrated as fuck.
I'm fucking so hydrated. I'm just surprised by the sheer amount of water that Patrick needs sometimes because here's the
Yeah,
thing. He would complain about not having water 5 minutes to 15 minutes after having drunken water.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, okay, so for the instance at the hotel, right? At the hotel,
Mhm.
first week, right? The water that you're able to acquire for yourself, given the fact that the pipes are cooked,
Kaputt.
right?
Zerstört.
Is only at the breakfast, right? They only give you water at the breakfast. And the cups are this large.
You can also get orange juice.
You can
this
also
large.
get orange juice.
Oh, wow.
This large, yes. So your ability to consume water is completely limited by how many times you're willing to stand at the water jug and fill it up.
As it should be.
So it
That sounds
was
tough as
just
fuck.
so much. The most water that I got was actually at the summer school and at MPQ. I would just fill it up in the bathrooms.
It also took him a lot to go fill up in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He refused to do it.
Yeah. Just install water fountains. Just have water bottle filling stations.
But there's faucets. Why waste money installing a filtered water fountain when water is already filtered and good to drink? Like
Because
we had two
half of the
freak
places we went.
we had
you
two
can't do
freak
that.
accidents. We had two freak
Okay,
accidents.
well, in those instances of the freak accidents, some other solution must be provided.
Are water fountains just not a thing?
They're
period?
just not a thing.
no,
Oh.
because you can just drink from the faucet.
Well, yeah, but like, I guess like I don't know. If you don't carry a water bottle on you and you just want like for a quick sip anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Just make a water cup with your hand.
Yeah, I understand that's a thing that
Barbarians.
That's a thing
They're
that people.
barbarians.
Oh, I
over
agree.
there in
Europeans
Europe.
are barbarian.
That's a thing that people can do.
Across the board.
Yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that much effort to put some in, but
Yeah.
you know,
Anyway.
it's my privileged American brain working.
Anyway.
It is
I
what
just-
it is.
Yeah,
The
I-
play
I-
around is just to buy a fuck ton of bottled water from the grocery store and just have it with
That's
you all
fucking
the time.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Paying for water is
It's so cringe.
that's pretty cringe.
And then at the restaurants, they don't
Yeah.
just like give you water either. It's insane. It's absurd.
No, you can ask for water. That's not true.
Well, I asked for water and they bring it to you in this bottle and they make you
No,
pay
you
for
can
it in
ask
this
for
bottle.
tap water. You just have to ask for tap water. They'll think you're a fucking freak, but they'll get you a glass of tap water.
I see.
Because like you're at a restaurant, they want you drink like, carbonated water.
Which I also don't get. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I
Carbonated
had a lot
water
of it.
is top tier.
I had a lot of it. I don't know. There's something. It's just better if it's
let's-
just normal fucking water.
Let's put it this way.
It's just better.
Water, if I have to just drink water and I have options to drink anything else, I'm picking basically anything else.
That's crazy.
Most of the time.
That's crazy.
Damn. That is tough.
Carbonated water, best type of water. It goes carbonated water, if we're talking about waters. Carbonated water, unflavored. Flavored carbonated water. Flavored apple juice. carbonated.
What? Wait, what? Why is
water.
that even on
That's a German thing. Like it's called Apfelschorle. It's basically in the same. It's like the same group as water.
Why?
You saw, right?
Wait, why
It's
is
just like cultural. Like
It's just apple juice, though, right?
It's just apple juice.
it's like I think 15% apple juice and then mixed with water.
Oh.
With carbonated
It
water.
is not 15. It's like straight up apple juice, dog.
Is it straight up apple
Oh,
juice?
yeah.
I'm not sure. Okay. Regardless. but,
That's,
like,
that's a crazy tier list of water.
it's a fucking. It's water is bottom
oh
tier.
my god. I
Still water
holy
is bottom
shit.
tier.
Oh my god.
That's
This tier list is about to go fire because it's because we
carbonated water.
have fucking Fiji in S, and then for some reason nobody asked like showing up in B tier is apple juice. Like that's
No,
crazy.
no. Fiji and S are not carbonated. They're mineral.
I
water.
know.
They're
The point
below
is that
apple juice.
I understand. The point is that apple juice is somehow in your tier list for water.
Because I think in Germany, like you get Apfelschorle the same way you get water. That like it's the same category for me.
Damn.
And you saw everybody demolished it. No one touched the water.
This is just the future that the
Here I
left
am,
wants.
No one.
Yeah.
You were the only. I think it was you and like
A waterless future.
like the
It's
two
so
Americans that were
sad.
there who were drinking the water. Everybody else is like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Imagine just asking for water and like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Kind of reaction.
Yeah, yeah. And you're like, "What are you doing, man?" Water is like you drink when you have to drink it. You're like, "Oh, okay."
Dude. I've
Okay,
never been
so
more
by
dehydrated.
that description, Hassan, I'm like almost 100% sure you're dehydrated. Like,
No, I just like I just drink it when I'm thirsty. It's just
You're like 12% apple.
yeah. Yeah, no,
Oh.
if I could have like a dispenser that is just that stuff, I don't think I would ever drink water ever again.
oh god,
My God.
oh god. All right, so we're discovering new mental health problems live. That's
Listen, one of my
crazy.
friends almost exclusively drinks Capri Suns,
That's tough.
and they're fine.
How old are they?
Our
Four?
age, our age.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Do they not have like type 2 diabetes or
No,
That's
they're very
crazy.
healthy. According to their doctor, just like Trump, top tier health.
Okay.
Incredible. Passed the
Yeah.
psychology test and the physical and good at golf.
That's fair. That's fair.
Dude, I loved when they were fighting about the golf. Did you see that clip?
No, I didn't want to click on anything.
No, this is. Oops, my God,
This
now
was
I
a
dropped
while
mine.
ago.
Oh.
This was from the debate.
Oh.
But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I don't think it's that big a deal.
Yeah. I'm upset about it. I will
Every
continue to be
American,
upset about
every
this.
American I know goes to Europe and it's like, "Where's my water?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, of all the things to be like entitled American about, I feel like that is not that crazy of an ask though. Cuz I felt it pretty strongly when you were like dealing with the Swedes about like, hey, my connecting flight is like
Yeah.
not which is in my case, like I understand because I did the exact same fucking thing, but I know for sure the Swedes are like these fucking Americans. They always think they can just get away. And the answer is yes. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
But
We
when it comes to
liberated
water,
you. We liberated you.
when it comes to
Shit.
water, though, yeah, I don't know. They have to take something, I guess.
no,
so.
I think the reason why I'm like this is because, I mean, it's not just Europe that's like this. Like Arabic countries, they
I've
will
never
bring you
been.
water, but like you have to ask for it. They just don't bring it for free. They're like, oh, you want water? Okay, and they'll give it to you.
That's fine. I don't mind asking for it. That's fine. But when I like ask for water, right? The default should not be I'm going to give you a bill for this water.
Oh,
That's
I mean,
crazy to me.
I know.
That's
I
nuts.
think if I remember correctly, you have to like ask for like the not billed water too. I think that's pretty normal.
That's crazy.
That's kind of nuts, yeah. I haven't seen that. But
Anyway, I don't know. I think that it is reasonable to require water, and I will not back down on
Yeah.
that position.
socialists just don't drink water. It is what it is.
I guess so.
No, you just have to ask. No. The thing is, they will give you the water. They'll just give. You have to ask for tap water.
He's dying on this hill.
No, it's just not true.
Anyway,
Sorry.
yeah, so my path to the airport, I guess we're converging timelines. So we met up at Oh my god, what's the place called?
Potbelly.
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 Which
Oh.
again, I'm so happy I didn't
Free
go
advertising.
because last time I went to Potbelly, it deleted every single part of my intestine.
Sick.
It was
Oh,
like I was a new man down
was,
there.
I was so happy. I was having a great time.
It was myself,
fire sandwiches.
and I think 2 other people were all like, "I can't leave. It's so bad." Yeah, continue.
Yeah, so we went to Potbelly for like lunch, like on the last day of the conference, before we all left, and I believe you left from the sandwich place.
That's right.
And what we did, quite a few of us still, we went off to. Did you punch her?
She hit her head.
She hit her head on your fist.
No, like on the chair.
Oh, okay.
She's fine. look at this skull.
So we went to a American Art Museum in Dallas Fort Worth right after that. And it's like this like kind of like Western painting museum that painted like a lot of like westward expansionism kind of stuff.
Manifest
And,
Destiny.
Kind of, sorta.
Oh yeah, brother.
It was a little more respectful than that,
Oh.
but the colonialism tones were very strong. So,
So in
I
what
don't-
way was it more respectful then?
the artists tried to portray life for the native people in a respectful way, but they were still like, we're just gonna take all this shit.
Yeah.
So it was like at least a
So
little better
what you're
than
saying
just
is
like
he drew the things that they stole.
yes, basically.
And he's
yes.
like, look at how great this shit is.
Yes, yes.
It's
In
mine
no
now.
way, in no way am I trying to say, oh, this is good. It's just it wasn't as bad as you would imagine, like a Texas American Art Museum would be.
Oh, I actually have a couple of Texas things after this that I want to mention.
So anyway, I went there and we were there for fucking ever. We were there for so long. And after that, I went back to the hotel, and me and one of our undergrads wanted to carpool together to the airport, right? Because their flight was leaving like a little bit before Hassan and mine. So we meet up and we get into the carpool, and the Uber is taking like forever to get there, right? So like they call the Uber, and the Uber's like taking forever. It's like forever, and her flight is like rather soon. It's like
And I believe I texted Patrick at this time. It's
Yes.
fucking hot.
Yes.
And the line is so goddamn long.
yes, yes. Right at this moment, Hassan got to the airport, right? So I am like, probably 40 minutes out,
Yeah.
right? So
I was amazed. I was like, where are you? And he said, oh, it's going to take a while. And I'm like, ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
So I'm like not really stressed, right? But our undergrad certainly is, because her flight leaves way earlier than mine does. So the Uber driver is like, trying his best, but like the Fort Worth airport is just like forever away, right? It's like super far away from actually downtown. And it's because it's like right in the middle between Dallas and Fort Worth, right? So it's just outside of the city. Her and I are just like talking about stuff, right? And she's just like obviously panicking that she's gonna miss her flight. And it's like a very
Don't worry, they know
not-
that people arrive late to the airport.
That's right. They totally get that, and they will wait.
Okay.
So yeah, we're in the car forever, and it's just like a lot of stress. And so we get to her terminal, right? Because she is the one that's gotta fucking go, right? And I'm just like, all right, well, bye, good luck, I hope you make it. And she's like, thank you. And then she just like walks in the door and just pew. She's just off, right? And I see like the security line, and it like kind of looks like she's gonna. It looks like the security line isn't so bad, right? So I send her a Discord message.
Smash
and, like,
cut
let
to
me
me,
know when you.
myself and my friend going, oh god, we're so hungover.
Yeah.
We're so high still.
Yeah,
Oh good god.
By this point,
Smash cut to Patrick.
Hassan has gotten to the gate, right? So Hassan is like ready to go, right? And to be fair, this is like a fucking half hour before the flight leaves, right? He's there like hella early, but
That's not
it's
that
a
early.
different thing. It's
That's
hella
not that early.
It's
Thank you.
hella
That's not that early.
It's
Thank you
hella
so
early.
Holy
much.
shit.
It's,
Holy shit.
It's giga early. But anyway, so I'm just like, all right, well, I gotta go find my terminal now because the Uber driver is just like, peace.
We need. I need to dissect why you don't want to be there early. But continue,
Because
please.
why
No,
the
no. Continue your story.
Okay, all right. So I have to find my terminal, right? Because it's different than hers was. So I go up to the lady at the counter, right? Because I just like walk in after the Uber driver leaves, and I'm just like, hello, where is terminal? I can't remember which one it is.
Terminal 2.
Terminal 2. And she looks at me and she's like, oh, honey, it's very far away. And I was like, come on, this is an airport. How far away can this be, right? And she's like, it's a 40-minute drive. And I was like, I'm fucking
No,
sorry.
the
what?
fuck, it's not.
So how many
no,
minute
the
drive?
fuck, it's
These
not.
motherfuckers are idiots. They split the airport. If you did not, I looked at the map afterwards because I was like, "Where are you?" And he sent me the location. It is literally across the freeway.
Yeah.
Because the way that they split up
Oh,
the
sorry, I
airport.
said drive. I meant walk. It's a
Walk, it's a
40-minute
walk.
walk.
Oh, okay.
Right? And I'm like,
It's like a
I'm
20-minute
I'm
drive.
fucking sorry, what? And she's like, don't worry, though, there's a
The
bus.
bus,
And
yeah.
I was like, okay, where can I get on the bus? And she's like, outside, over that way. And I was like, okay, fine.
The one that's leaving right now.
Yeah, the one that's leaving right now.
If you run,
So I hop on this little bus, right? And yeah, so I just like have to, take the bus around to like 7 different terminals to get to the right one. And I hop out and I get into Terminal 2 and it's fucking so hot. It's so bad in there. And like I'm looking around, I'm like, all right, well, where's everything? So I find where I have to like drop my bag off. I drop my bag off. I get all my things checked in and stuff. And I get over towards like the security line, right? And it's like, it doesn't seem like way too bad, right? It's like, I can see where they're checking passports, and this is like, it's totally doable, right? So I'm just in the line, right? It's hot, I'm sweaty, it's gross. It was stressful to get here, and like, judging by the time, right, and like what I can see, it'll be fine. I'll make
also
it.
welcome back down the basement.
Yes, welcome.
Never mind. This is a good production.
Guy. So I'm pretty confident I'm gonna make it. And the line gets to a point where it takes a sharp left turn that I had not noticed before. And
Yeah, it does.
we take yeah.
I forgot about that. The line was
and,
so long.
I had to recalculate a lot of things when I turned this corner. I was like, oh god, how deep is this room? And there's so much rope. There's just so many switchbacks.
And there's
like
one dude
Yeah.
who's so lazily going through everybody.
Yeah.
It's
It's like, oh my god, this is horrible. And like the air conditioning problem absolutely gets way worse in this little section of the room. So it's just so gross in this whole part. And like I'm like looking at my watch, I'm like, now I'm kind of concerned actually. It looks like things might not be so good. But luckily, like 40 people before I get checked, they open up a second line. Right?
Holy shit, you're a
Yep.
lucky piece of shit.
it
for
was
that.
insane.
You're
Yep.
crazy.
Never fucking punished. Never punished.
Yeah, and he literally comes in and he sits his last down.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. He gets to the bathroom and they immediately call his name because they needed something. And then I was like, Patrick, they called your name. And he's like, no, they didn't. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Please go up to the counter.
It's just because I got my seat changed.
Yeah,
Like,
but
they didn't
regardless,
have to, they didn't have to do that.
They call your fuck. I was so mad at you. I was so mad at him. And then
I sit for a total of like 2 minutes.
I
and
have
then we're
two
boarding.
things from
It's great.
Munich
It's perfect.
that I also want to tell you. So there was the whole Airbnb initial finding
Oh,
debacle.
God.
I thought I was gonna lose my mind. So we were actually in a really cool part of the city,
Yeah.
and in case you ever forget, there are still neo-Nazis in fucking Germany, regardless. Why? Not because the area was very cool. The area was very accepting, very obviously multicultural. But the first building we were
Yeah.
told to go to a building. I'm not going to say where it was, no point. But like the whole point is that like in Germany you've got the name of the street and then the number of the building. So but like it's kind of weird in Germany where sometimes they don't line up right. But we were told to go to 90. So we go to 90, and spray painted on the walls of the building is a person's name is the F word.
Oh, nice.
And it's just written, it's just scrawled across the building. And it was really sad because like families and people live there. And very obviously it's a very, very gay neighborhood because during the Pride, the Pride celebration, like there was flags everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody very clearly targeted this building. And not only that, I saw they were like part of a law firm in the building. So they very clearly targeted these people. I'm like, that's fucked up. And I go inside because like we couldn't. So in I'm not sure if it's the rest of Europe, but in Germany for sure, they don't have apartment numbers. It's like you basically get your name put on the front of the building, and then like it tells you like where your apartment is basically. So I don't. Okay, sorry. I don't see this guy's name. At all, and I'm like, that's weird. And then I told them to check his address. Like, that is the address. So I'm like, that's strange. So I go into the building, and I was like, in case I get flagged down, at least I speak German. Don't have the other two come with me. So I told them to wait outside. I go into the building. I start climbing the staircase and looking at every doorway, and I cannot find this guy. And I was like, this is bad. So Patrick is texting him. He's not responding. Also, he is not the person who gave us the key. It was given to us by his friend, who's a lady that works in the nearby area. And she's like, here's the key. And her exact words were, this is all I know. I don't know anything about the apartment. Don't ask me questions. So she gave us the key, and then she left.
Yep.
It was pretty bad. And then we arrive, and I'm like, this is fucked up. I can't find his name. So I'm going through this building, and eventually a woman with a baby is like, what are you doing here? And I was just like, I'm looking for an Airbnb. And she's like, under whose name? There's no Airbnb here. So I say the name. She's like, I've never heard of this man in my life. So we're stranded in like a random part of Munich.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy fucking scammed us. This motherfucker scammed us. And I'm getting progressively angrier. And I start going down the street, just searching for shit, and cannot find this. I can't find the building. And eventually, he does say, "He's like, oh, I gave you the wrong address."
Well, it's. I think my hypothesis is they did the normal Airbnb thing where they give you like, oh, this is the block that it's on, right? And it's his responsibility to tell you the full address.
I guess that's fair.
Right.
No, because they gave us a building number.
I guess that's true.
They gave us a building number.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's
Anyway,
true.
we eventually
yeah.
go there. This man, this apartment.
Oh yeah, it's sick.
He's a fucking freak. I think I understand more of his. It was like I walked into a Criminal Minds
Ah, nice.
room. I
His
opened
mind
the
palace.
door.
I see.
No, I opened the fucking door, and I'm like, oh, I know everything about this person, just from the way he lives. It was fucking crazy. Well,
So
it was
this,
crazy.
So this is his apartment, or this is?
This is the Airbnb, but he said he's leaving personal items there, and it was very obvious that like he lives there.
He lives there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So his closet is just a clothes rack that he has on the side of the room with like maybe 15 articles of clothing. That's it. He has a pantry that almost exclusively stocked sauces.
Yeah.
And if you opened the fridge, there was more sauces.
Yeah.
Which was a mini
Like
fridge.
sauce packets.
Yeah.
Like packets.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
even worse than I
Oh yeah,
thought.
no, it was crazy. We went. Then it was just a sorry excuse for a stove. It was crazy. It did not look like. I didn't want to turn it on. It was like a fire hazard.
No, yeah, it was dangerous.
The rest of the living room furnishing was a microwave that was on the floor.
Yep.
And then and then a picture in a frame on the floor.
Yes. Leaned up against the wall by the microwave.
a bed that he was on a table in the middle of the room with 3 chairs and then a broken chair. The couch that I was sleeping on, and it was a fucking god tier couch. I love that thing. And then if you go to the restroom, the bathroom, the doorstop was a nail that was hammered into the floor.
That's so good. Yeah. That's so good.
It's great.
The door to the boiler was basically broken and held up by the ironing block.
I forgot about that.
Oh. Yeah. And then
The smallest toilet
ever made. It was tiny.
We get it. You guys are cheeked up. Damn.
Yeah, come on. I couldn't lean forward. It would just hit the water. And then the faucet in the bathroom had 2 speeds. No water or a jet stream strong enough to cut through steel. It was insane. And then finally, there was the shower, which was the coup de grace of hell on earth. Okay? It was so bad. You couldn't, if you turned on first of all, the water was the same way. The water pressure was either there was nothing coming out or enough water to rip off your nipples. It was fucking horrifying. And then, but like, the thing is, Will, the way that it was installed, the second you turn it on, the shower head would swivel immediately either to the right at maximum or to the left at maximum.
That's right.
And I spent, like, of the 2 weeks, multiple days slowly figuring out
Holy
the
shit.
position to keep it right in the middle. And then one morning, Patrick comes out, he's like, "You did it! Oh my god, you did it! You madman!" And I'm like, yeah.
Holy shit. Damn, I love this hard mode living. Like, you have to memorize the attack patterns.
Dude,
in the
it's
fucking shower.
crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. And then finally, across the street from us was a party hostel.
Yeah.
And one of the nights, they had
What is that?
So a party hostel, you know what a hostel is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a party hostel is specifically there that you're going there, and there will be a party at least once a month, like a full-on, not like a little party. Like, first there's gonna be a party every day,
like a
but there's gonna
fucking
be like a
rager.
concert.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They had a full-on concert with multiple artists that lasted well into like, it was probably like 12 a.m. when they pulled up. When they
Oh,
closed
but
everything.
they were still playing music until like 4.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't loud anymore. Like,
It
they were
wasn't-
loud
yeah, it
until
wasn't.
12, and then they quieted down, but they were very clearly still here. I still heard music
Yes.
when we woke up the next day.
Holy
They were
shit.
just partying, like,
Yeah.
the entire day. The line to get in was insane.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. That was actually, I really liked it. It was fun. And then finally, like, that was the apartment living. It was fucking crazy.
And it was hot as fuck.
It was hot as fuck in Germany. Yeah, it was really bad. There's no aircon.
Oh.
It was just like home.
This is just how I
Damn.
live. It was really bad. And then finally, like, the other thing that I thought was really funny that we did was we went to all these weird burger places.
Oh yeah, they had great names. Yeah.
Go for it.
The first one, Taste My Burger.
And did you?
Oh yeah.
Was
We
it
tasted twice?
What was weird about was it weird? Was it just weirdly
No.
named, or
Well,
was it also
okay,
like
so
weird
for
items?
for like American standards of like what you expect from a burger, yeah, they got some weird fucking burgers. in
Okay.
there.
Yeah, they
But-
had like a wasabi burger
Yeah.
with
Whoa.
wasabi sauce on it.
Okay, interesting.
It was vile. It was fucking awful. I tried it. I was like, this will be cool. And I'm like, oh, oh God. What about this?
Yeah, they had some weird shit. But they were
Japanese
good,
not
though.
known for their burgers.
Okay.
I guess not. Yeah.
All right.
You make eye contact with
No,
me.
but he just fucking loves the ramen there though, which is fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
the ramen.
Ramen is so
Dude,
good. I didn't
just-
take you to a Vietnamese place. I'm so sad.
No, we didn't.
Then there was the other one was Welcome Burger.
Yeah, I think that's right. There's a welcome burger.
So like,
Welcome
it's-
to my burger.
Welcome to my burger.
Oh,
that's
I
right.
see.
That's what it is.
So
yes.
like, what is is there's like some sort of like standard difference that is between like the German standard and the American standard? Like as in like American like not fast food but like a gastropub
I think
burger.
that they're just like
the same?
no, I feel like what they did was they like watched Carl's Jr. commercials from like the mid 2000s.
Oh.
Right? And they're just like, the Americans are doing some wacky shit. We gotta fucking get on it, right? And then they were like, yes, pineapple slices plus barbecue.
Oh.
Absolutely. And
I
then
see.
like, you know,
Okay, so it's
bean
all like
sprouts plus sriracha.
Whoa.
It's like, come on.
Oh god.
It's like you didn't have to reinvent the wheel
It's
here, guys.
Germans making food. It should never happen. It's a fucking nightmare. And then there was Taste My Burger. There was Welcome to My Burger, and then there was
I'm pretty
another
sure
one.
There was also Pimp My Burger.
There was Pimp My Burger.
That's right.
So what did you pimp your burgers with?
I don't think we ate that one. That was when we walked past from the.
Yes, yeah, we
that was
walked
on the
past
way
that
to
one.
like work.
Yeah.
We saw it every morning.
It was great.
It was fucking crazy.
So cool.
It was fucking crazy.
That's actually so fun. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the parent inside me right now is like, you're going to another country and you're still gonna fucking eat burgers anyway.
Well, if the option is a hamburger or the shit I got served the first day,
No.
every time
Listen,
I'm picking hamburger.
if you're going to another country and the country is Germany, you should eat other food. You don't subject yourself to German food, because I made Patrick eat a dinner,
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
and I think he
God.
came in front of me
Oh my
in
God,
public.
It was
Yeah.
so good.
It was so
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah, dooners are pretty good.
He was sick at the time. Oh, Patrick also got really sick on the trip twice, and I refused to get sick. I told him like, I'm not getting sick.
I wish
And
I could just do that.
I didn't
How
get
do you
sick.
do that?
It's
Just
called
say no to
having a
sickness?
better immune system.
Okay. All right.
No, it's
All right.
You know what's sad is I asked him the same exact question. He gave me the same answer. I had the
Yeah.
same reaction. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh,
fair.
that's right. I forgot. I just shouldn't try it. It's
Yeah.
You see, you guys have spent too much time in the new world. You have
Yeah.
you've lost all of your.
I guess you were getting back like closer to your Aryan roots.
Yeah, exactly. I arrived and I'm like,
Just
oh,
actually a
yes.
superior human.
I'm just like, I'm in the right city. Huh. Oh, everything's unlocked. We're good.
Yeah, we're fine. All the diseases you're getting again. I'm fine. I'm vibing. Yeah, he got so sick.
Yeah, I got sick. Yeah, 2 times.
The
It
thing
sucked.
is, he got sick, healed, got sick again, and I'm
Was
like,
it-
there's no fucking shot,
Yeah.
right?
Was it like food poisoning or?
No, just like a cold.
Oh,
Just a straight up cold. And it was like, you know, it's not like the colds I've had here either.
It was like 2
where-
days.
Yeah, it's like way faster.
Oh.
I was like, oh, I'm fucking dead. The whole trip, it's gone. Right? I'm like, this sucks really bad. And like 2 days later, I was like, okay, well, I'm good to go. And then 1 day later, like, okay, it's back. It's like,
No, I mean, when I went to Europe with Nat got sick for like a week and a half. It was so bad. She was not feeling it.
Damn.
no,
Um,
colds here fuck me up way more than.
No,
than that
American
did. That
diseases are
was-
fucking insane.
We've got the best.
That's right. It's still on top.
We're number one in COVID deaths. Hell yeah, baby. We're number one in everything.
Yeah.
Competition simply builds better healthcare, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Better viruses
The
means
free virus
better
market.
working.
That's right. Ain't no welfare state about it.
That's right.
Oh my god. I mean, we have viruses and diseases here that are so bad that they prevent the most powerful man in the Americas from thinking.
There's this one. I don't know how to break it to you.
There's this joke that Hassan the streamer says. It's like, if you give some American candy to a European child, the child will die.
Yes, the phrasing is enough blank to kill a small Victorian child. So
Yes. Yeah.
Dude. But European candy is so much better.
It is better.
Oh,
actually.
you know what? This is something I have yet to try, but it is in my fridge. So one of my partner's friends got a big old chocolate, and he bought a whole box of it. But the problem is that they are fucking like bombs worth of calories. Like I just saw like a ball like maybe this big of chocolate, and I was like, that thing looks hefty, but I don't know how to like guess this. And so like the number breakdown, I asked him eventually, my friend, And he was like, oh yeah, it's like 400 calories per like ball. I'm like, oh, okay. This is fucking crazy. The Swedes just do it different, I guess.
Dude, I need those. I can get to my 3K mark.
Yeah. You just pop a couple and like take a nap maybe. Good God.
Also, Patrick discovered a new animal today.
Today.
But
yeah,
he can't.
It's called the honey bear.
No, it's not. He can't. He can't say the name because it's. You should say it. I'll bleep it out.
I don't know what you're talking
You should say it. I'll bleep it out.
You know what? I'll let Will read it. How about that?
Yeah,
I'll just
he
let
should.
him read it.
Where is the animal
Wait,
from?
how bad could this be?
South American.
You're gonna read it, and then I'm gonna tell you the joke, and you'll understand.
Okay.
It's an anti-Semitic version of Pikachu.
Oh my gosh. That'd be a fire nickname.
The anti-Semitic version. Oh my god. Yeah, he saw it, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Oh.
Good God.
Yeah, searching for an oddities story, and they found a
found
honey
you
bear. They found a
instead.
honey bear in Washington State, just like fucking 4,000 miles away from where it's supposed to be.
Holy shit.
And like nobody knows how it got there, dude.
He walked. We love doing that around these parts. Hell
He
yeah,
was
brother.
like travel through like the majority of Mexico is like, this is fine. Travel through California, it's like, this is great. I love it here. I'll just keep going north. Oregon, this is fine. They get to Washington, it's like, fucking let me out. Let me
Yeah.
leave.
I just want to imagine the people who like picked him up and then brought him all the way back to Washington. They're like, "This is a really fucked up looking cat."
Nah, he's just the Forrest Gump of bears. I believe it.
He met Ronald Reagan at some point.
Oh God.
What was? I read something
Did
recently.
he meet Reagan in the movie?
No, he didn't meet Reagan. Well, no, he didn't meet Reagan.
It's been too long
Richard
since.
Nixon in the movie? Because the Vietnam War happened. Well, this was after the war, right? Oh, I can't remember.
Can't
It's been
remember
too
either.
long.
It has been too long.
Do we get the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You take us out?
All right.
Patrick, take us out.
What? Oh, actually, hold
Me
the fucking
first.
phone. You started this whole thing off, and I'm pretty sure near the first words out of your mouth were, I pissed myself.
Oh, that's true.
And you haven't elaborated at all.
This is true. This is true. I'll take us off with a pissing story.
Okay.
So,
God.
Although your microphone may not work.
no, my microphone is working, thank God.
Okay.
Barely, hanging on for dear life. Unknown why she's so upset.
It could also just be a cliffhanger. We can just let that be.
I can start off next episode with,
That's right, yeah.
and this is how I pissed myself.
Well,
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Patreon cut.
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Have one.
We don't have a
piss story
Patreon.
gets. Well, yeah, but we will.
Will we?
I don't know.
We will have
The
a
piss.
Patreon.
The piss goes not here.
The piss goes next time. I'll talk about how I pee myself in the next episode.
He should have stored it in the balls. It's just that easy.
Yeah, I couldn't store it in my balls because, like I s-
hate it here. Oh my God.
I love biology.
when I lean forward, it hits the water. I was talking about my balls, not my penis, because they're small but long.
it here.
Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, bye.